Raisi, dead after a helicopter crash in the northwestern part of the country. He was on his way back from Azerbaijan. Also on the plane was the foreign minister, who was also pronounced dead.
An interim president has already been named, one of Raisi's VPs. That is Mohammed Mokber. Let's bring in our guest now to discuss. Trump 2016 campaign advisor and NewsMax foreign policy analyst Waleed Faris, and Senate chairman for the National Iranian Congress, Amir Fakhravar. Gentlemen, thanks for coming on. Waleed, I'm going to start with you, the replacement for the president. You say who's coming in even more extreme, if that's even possible, but that's what you think.
Yes, it's possible. All over the Middle East, you have jihadi plus, etc. But in this case, the Constitution is clear. And within 50 days, there should be elections now as the vice president. Real power, though, that's what we need to understand in America, is in the hands of the militia that controls the entire regime, the Pasdaran, Sepah Pasdaran, Iranian Revolutionary Guard. And who controls it from the top is the actual head of the regime. The president is not the head of the regime, and I'm sure Amir will explain it even further. So the question really is going to be, who will the deep regime, I'm calling it the deep regime, will choose to become the president? And later on, when, the supreme leader, Khamenei, will leave, who will become the new real leader of the regime? It's all about internal balances of power.
Amir, this is sort of a multi-part question. Of course, your thoughts on how impactful this changes to the Iranian regime and also their actions on the world stage, but also in relation to the United States. And ultimately, is this a major blow or a benefit to the terrorist organizations the country supports?
First of all, thank you for having me. And let's say hi to Waleed, my good friend, too. And regarding why it happened. First of all, Ebrahim Raisi was called Butcher of Tehran because when he started signing execution order, he was 20 years old. 1 year after so-called Islamic Revolution, it was not definitely revolution in Iran. It was a Russian coup in 1979, as I mentioned in my book, Comrade Ayatollah. But then he was 20. He started signing execution order without being in any type of law school or knowing anything about law. But then he became 10 years later, when he was 30, he orchestrated a mass execution in Iranian prison. And until last year, still, he was killing thousands of Iranian kids in the street in 500 cities during the protest. Raisi's life during last 45 years was just killing Iranians. And he is the most hated person in Iran after Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei himself. And then definitely, he was named as the successor for Ali Khamenei. And right now, it's a huge problem for regime. But why he's dead? Let's look who he met minutes before being dead. He met Ilham Aliyev, the president of Republic of Azerbaijan. And Azerbaijan has a very close relationship with Israel. And, Iranian people, we all say thank to Israel. We don't want Israel to say if they did it or not, but it was a big gift to Iranian people to take care of that butcher of Tehran. And you know what? One thing is very sad, because just before coming to this interview, I have seen the official statement from the State Department of Biden, which they said, let me read it. The United States expresses its official condolences for the death of Iranian president. Excuse me, Mr. Biden. He was not Iranian president. He was the butcher of Tehran. Iranian people, they celebrated last night. And how dare President Biden and the State Department, you could send your message, the condolences to the regime for this mass murderer being killed.
Right. And I know part of Iran's explanation for this helicopter crash, sanctions that the U.S. had placed on them. They couldn't get the correct air parts to get them. Maybe not be a state sponsor of terrorism. Then you won't have sanctions placed against you. I don't know, just a thought.
Exactly. What President Biden is saying there, are you surprised?
I'm not surprised, because to go after Israeli leaders will create a crisis here in the United States if the administration actually supports this politicized ICC decision. Where is the ICC when Assad kills 500,000 Syrian citizens? Zero. when there was a genocide just last summer and then the previous spring in Darfur in Sudan, and there is a UN resolution on considering the Sudan genocide a real one. Where is the ICC and across the region on executions in Iran? Now they're coming after the Prime Minister of Israel. Yes, of course, the decision with regard to Hamas is absolutely logical because we've seen the videos. We've seen even those leaders giving those commands. But that should apply then to France and to the United States and to other countries when they conduct counterterrorism situation. I am concerned that this could be also the influence of a major treasure that is floating worldwide, which is the Iran deal, billions of dollars. And I could expand on that either in the media or with Congress if needed.
Amir, your thoughts on this?
I agree 100% with Walid. And let's look at Iran. It's a shame for ICC because ICC is puppet right now. They are puppets of China, Russia, and Iranian mullahs. And they have a lot of money, billions of dollars, which some of these billions of dollars was handed to them by Biden administration. And before him, it was by Obama-Biden administration, $150 billion gift to Iranian mullahs. They could use that everywhere, including ICC. Where they have been exactly when Khamenei gave order to kill hundreds of thousands of protesters in streets in Iran for last 35 years, which he is supreme leader. ICC was totally quiet. And right now they are going to give the order for the only democracy in Middle East, which is Israel. Israel is defending itself, and it's their right to do that. And ICC is a sham. Shame on them.
All right, we're going to leave it there. Walid Faris, Amir Fakhravar, really appreciate your insights. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.